Welcome back. Just enough time for us to look at our hero, villain and ridiculous of the day. Since it's a Mumbai special and since it's a Tuesday, let's start with the hero of the day. Hero of the day is 16-year-old Manu Bhakar, continuing her winning streak at the ISSF World Cup with the second successive gold medal in a mixed team event. More power to her. She is our big hero of the day. Huge round of applause for her. And who's the villain of the day? Villain of the day is a politician who's now threatening that just like what we've seen in Tripura, where statue of Lenin was being desecrated and was being brought down, he says we will raise down Periyar's statue in Tamil Nadu, calls Periyar a casteist leader and says that we will bring down the statue there as well. What a ridiculous, stupid statement to be doing. And who's the ridiculous of the day? Ridiculous of the day is a man whom I'm personally quite fond of, Kailash Vijayvargiya, BJP senior leader. He has done all kinds of things. During election campaign, he puts out a dhol around his neck and he does bhajans. And now look at Kailash Vijayvargiya, aka Elvis Presley of rock and roll. There is Kailash Vijayvargiya, Elvis Presley. He comes dressed up only and only for a Hasya Kavi Sammelan. So bring it on. Let the music roll on. That's it then from me. Up next, Maria Shakil, who has another big story breaking on Epicenter tonight. Maria?
Thank you, Bhupen. Yes, we have exclusive details that show how the money trail in the Karti Chidambaram's case has been established, and that makes it an open and shut case of corruption. That's the top story breaking in just 30 seconds. So don't go anywhere. Epicenter begins right now.
₹22,000 करोड़ रुपए का स्कैम जो मोदी जी ने पैसा लिया और जो प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी इग्नोर कर रहे हैं, इसको बिना हाई लेवल के प्रोटेक्शन के किया ही नहीं जाता।
The man in the custody of the CBI for another 3 days is no ordinary Indian. He is no ordinary man. He is the son of the former finance minister P. Chidambaram. The CBI says money trail has been established and that Karti Chidambaram was almost running a shop to grant FIPB clearances in 2007 when his father was in office. The CBI says the corruption trail is clearly leading right to the doorsteps of the Congress leader. At a time like this, can Rahul Gandhi, the Congress president, really afford to remain silent on looming corruption charges on his party? Is it bad timing that after returning from Italy, during which the Congress suffered a humiliating defeat in the northeast states, Rahul is now going on another overseas trip, this time to Singapore and Malaysia from 8th to 10th of March? Is it bad timing that Rahul Gandhi would again go missing in the middle of a massive crisis as fresh details emerge in the Karti Chidambaram case? Two major setbacks for Karti Chidambaram. First, the Supreme Court refused to interfere with the arrest and remand made by the Enforcement Directorate. Then the Delhi Patiala House Court extended the CBI's custody of Karti by another 3 days. And now to the news that's breaking on top of this show, one that gives the CBI the confidence to call it a watertight case. The CBI has claimed that it has proof that 4 directors of Advantage Strategic Consulting Private Limited have willed the firm to Karti Chidambaram's daughter. Remember, Indrani Mukherjee had claimed that INX Media had made the bribe payment to the Advantage firm. Karti has so far denied he has any role in Advantage, but the CBI's claim clearly shows that he did indeed have ties to this company. The CBI has said that the original will that gave the firm to Karti's daughter has not been found, and the CBI is talking about essentially destruction of evidence and has said during interrogation that the 4 directors claimed that Karti had in fact destroyed the original wills. However, the CBI has found the wills on a hard disk belonging to Karti's chartered accountant. And it is not just that. CNN News 18 has accessed the income tax notices sent to Karti Chidambaram, his mother as well, and these notices allege and seek replies on Chidambaram and family's assets in the United States and United Kingdom. The notice claims that Karti in fact bought real estate with INX bribe money. That image on your television screen is essentially Karti's property, and the CBI has established the entire link, established the entire money trail. Sources are saying that Karti bought a property in UK at 5 Holborn Close, Barton, Cambridge, in the name of his daughter. The notice also claims that Karti spent over 3 crores on acquiring property in the United States as well. Karti did not disclose these properties in his income tax returns. And IT sources are telling CNN News 18's Ashish Maharishi that Karti will be prosecuted under black money laws. And breaking that story on top of Epicenter this evening is my colleague Ashish Maharishi. He is sitting with all the documents possible and has accessed these income tax notices as well. Ashish, if I were to understand these income tax notices, and these were sent on 8/8/2017, so that is last year, and this essentially talks about this company, Chess Global Advisory Services Private Limited. Just help us understand what is the significance of this company and how is it linked to all the properties that have been bought by Karti Chidambaram in the United States and United Kingdom.
Well, in fact, if you go through this notice, Chess Global Advisory Services is the accused company, if you remember the CBI FIR, and whatever the CBI has been talking about, even the ECIR, it very clearly says that Chess Global Advisory Services is the company that received the bribe money from INX. Now, interestingly, this company has been investing huge amount of funds in the United States. This is huge. If you see 3 crore 32 lakh 47,672 crores.
The camera should zoom in. Actually, show the visual.
This is the amount. Now this is here we can show very clearly that 3 crores 32 lakh 47,672 rupees have been sent to a company called Nano Holdings. Now, Nano Holdings is a company which is registered in California. We don't know what does this company do, but as far as the information that we have received from the income tax department, it very clearly says that there was a reply by Karti Chidambaram on this issue, but the reply was unsatisfactory as the source of income was not very clear. So very importantly, what we are learning from IT sources is that this money is going to be appended, is going to be added to his income, and then as we've already seen, the notice has been issued not only to him but to his wife and his mother as well, about a property in United Kingdom, which essentially means all of them will be prosecuted under the Black Money Act because the reply is not satisfactory. So it is at the assessment stage, but in days to come we can expect a prosecution complaint being filed not only against Karti Chidambaram but against Nalini as well as Srinidhi, because this is a Black Money Act notice which against this the reply by the family to the income tax department, according to my sources, is unsatisfactory.
And also the entire linkages in terms of establishment of the money trail has been made here, because the money that was actually taken as bribe allegedly has been used in buying a property in United Kingdom, and that is the property on your television screens, that is the property that was used, that is allegedly being used in buying the house that is in the name of Karti Chidambaram's daughter.
In fact, it is, if you go through the documents, it is not only the daughter's name. Money, some part of the money has been transferred in the name of his minor daughter, but at the same time, Srinidhi has sent some money. Apart from that, Karti has sent some money. So it's a joint property sort of a thing. But more importantly, if you see, ultimately this 5 Holborn Close, that's what in Cambridge, this property was never mentioned in the income tax return by Karti Chidambaram.
So how did the CBI and the investigating agencies actually come to this address?
Well, in fact, there are records in the United Kingdom. When they searched, there was a joint search long back by Income Tax and ED. on Karti Chidambaram, and during that they were able to find digital data on computers which belonged to Karti Chidambaram and his 4 associates, which include Ravi Vishwanathan, Bhaskar Raman and other people. And that is the time, if you remember, the will also, that the will that we are talking about, the soft copy of that will was basically found in the computer. He destroyed the original will, which actually meant that all shares of Advantage Strategic was in the name of his minor daughter. Ultimately, the income tax probe, the ED probe and the CBI probe, it goes into the same direction, that there are assets which are abroad, there are bank accounts which are abroad, money has been transferred abroad. Now if you go through whatever CBI has been talking in the court as of now, it very clearly shows that Karti, when he was travelling abroad, there was a FIO report by Singapore as well as United Kingdom. When he was travelling abroad, he made an attempt to close certain bank accounts. That is there on record.
When was this? When was this?
This was recently when he was travelling, and that is why the CBI says that Karti was involved in destruction of evidence.
So basically now it looks like, and the CBI has given this impression that this is a watertight case, Ashish.
It looks to be an open and shut case. There is no doubt about it. It looks to be an open and shut case because money has been flowing to different companies, whether it is Chess Management, Osbridge or Advantage Strategic. Money has been routing from one place to another. There are many bank accounts that are in his name abroad, though he has always said that, nothing belongs to him because he's a politically exposed person, so he cannot hide anything because of KYC guidelines. But when you see the records of CBI and ED, it certainly raises eyebrows. There is no doubt about it, that, because this is a notice under Black Money Act. Even the income tax department is answerable if the wrong notice goes.
So just show these documents again, Ashish. Just show these documents again so that we are very sure about it. It talks about companies, and just highlight that for the viewers.
See, more importantly, one has to see, we go to the other notice that has been sent, to Karti Chidambaram and Nalini Chidambaram, and it talks about a property and it very clearly talks about. Just one moment, I'll give you the notice copy. No, this is the other one where we're talking about the LLC, but we're talking about the Holborn Close property as well, which very clearly talks about, see here it is, the property known as 5 Holborn Close, Barton, Cambridge, CB 237AQ. For this amount of 77,66,797 was paid, and then further 1,54,97,263 rupees were paid. In this, the amount was basically 77.05 lakh rupees was paid in the name of his daughter.
It's very clear now, and that brings me to the questions that I'm asking on Epicenter this evening. If Karti Chidambaram, clearly now proving to be Congress's Achilles heels, can Rahul Gandhi continue with his radio silence on scam involving a UPA minister's family? Let me bring in my guests now, and it clearly looks like a curious case of a missing leader, I would say. Should Rahul Gandhi speak up now on this crisis facing his party? Can he continue to be silent, and can the Congress continue to say it's a witch hunt? Professor Gaurav Ballav is the spokesperson of the Congress, Sanju Verma is the BJP leader, Sujoy Kantawala is corporate lawyer, and Sabha Naqvi is political analyst. Gaurav Ballav, it's very clear, you may be saying that it's political vendetta, but the CBI has established the entire money trail, and we have the documentary evidence. Ashish here breaking the entire, in fact, linking all those dots for us, clearly saying that the money has been used to purchase property in UK in the name of Karti Chidambaram's minor. Can you still say it's witch hunt, sir?
No, please try to understand. We are saying it is a politics of distraction and politics of diversion, which is planned at the central level. And I will give you 2-3 evidences for this. See, this is a 2007 case. 2012, first time in the parliament, the leader of opposition at that time, Mr. Arun Jaitley, had raised this point, and Mr. Chidambaram had responded to that. Then 2014, the current government is in power from 2014 May. Now from May 2014 to 2017 May, for 3 years they had not done anything. But the question was raised from 2012. My question, why, if they think that it's a big thing, why they were not doing or waiting for this first thing? Second thing, please try to understand, it's not that anybody can do anything. There is a processes in our country and FIPB is there, and which is a very important and a very powerful body where there used to be 6 very senior secretaries, which was led by a chairman who afterwards becomes the governor of the Reserve Bank, Dr. Subbarao. Why in the investigation nothing was inquired from them? And the very quickly third point, I will make the third point.
Independent
very quickly I will make third point.
I'm coming to you.
Very quickly I will make the third point.
I'm coming to you. Just a moment.
I am making a...
Sanju.
Maria, please ask him to keep quiet.
Yes, Sanju. This notice, all these notices, multiple such notices.
So I am here not for
multiple notices have been sent by the IT department to Karti Chidambaram's family, and this is dated 8/8/2017. And it's been long enough. This is a case going on for 10 years. Why did the investigating agencies, and the charge will be, is it acting at the behest of the government?
Maria, I want to first categorically say that justice delayed is justice denied. Equally, justice hurried is justice buried. Since Professor Ballav believes in jingoism, I will certainly not tread that path. We can argue about why a case which goes back to 2007 is seeing the light of the day today. The fact of the matter is, there has been a lot of propaganda in the media saying, can you please keep quiet? I heard you out. There has been a lot of propaganda. I've heard the likes of Abhishek Manu Singhvi saying they allow the likes of Nirav Modi to get away from the country, but they, encroach on our freedom when the money concerned is just about 10 lakh rupees. This is not about 10 lakh rupees or 10 lakh dollars. This is about the fact that initial FIPB approval was given for 5 crore, mind you, Maria, to INX Media. And INX Media brought in 305 crore without taking the FIPB's permission, and Mr. Chidambaram then gave a post facto approval, which is a gross abuse of authority. Point number 1. Point number 2.
Can I react?
Karti Chidambaram then funneled this money from INX Media into a whole host of Benami companies like wait a minute, Advantage Consulting, North Star Software, Chess Management Services, Osbridge Capital. These are all Benami companies. And under the new Benami Transactions Prohibition Act of 2016, if Karti Chidambaram is found guilty, given that the CBI has enough ammunition and evidence under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, he will at least face 7 years in jail, if not more. Point number 3, this whole thing about the CBI acting at the behest of the government, this is the same Congress and its spokespersons which used to come on your channel and on various others and say,
had I said like that, I had not said like that unnecessary. Whatever you had remembered, you are just sharing that. Please come to the point. Don't divert. That's what I am saying. This is a divergent and destruction strategy. That's what I am saying. Whatever you had remembered the quotes, you are just sharing on the national television. Don't come prepared. Come to the point.
Wait. Mr. Mehul Choksi issued in 2012 by the Karnataka High Court. Why did
Sanju,
the Siddaramaiah government allow Mehul Choksi to get away scot-free?
No, Sanju.
Why
you are behaving in a similar way as the Congress is.
The non-bailable
you're not behaving any differently here. No, you're not doing anything different here.
Can I react?
This is a classic case of...
Okay, let me get Sabha Naqvi.
This is a classic case of Ulta
Can I react?
Ko Dante.
No, let me get Sabha Naqvi.
This is about criminal conspiracy.
Maria, I can react. She is making all false allegations.
Okay,
she is not aware what the case is.
Let me get
She is not aware what the case is. Can I react, Maria? Can I react, Maria?
Another panelist.
Prevention of corruption.
I get your point, Sanju.
Maria,
The charges against Karti
Sanju,
Chidambaram
I think you should give equal time, Maria.
Yes. Let me get Sabha Naqvi.
She is not aware of the case. Can I react? Can I react, Maria? Can I react to a small point?
Sanju, please.
Can I make a very small point?
Say political vendetta.
Sanju, you have made your point.
Can I make a small point, Maria?
Wait.
No,
I want to say a very small point.
No. Okay. Sabha.
whining.
Sabha.
Stop whining.
No, will you
Get
please
out
stop
of your
now?
allegation mode.
Will you please stop
crying
now?
in TV studios.
Sanju, please stop. Sabha Naqvi, yes. Sabha, lots been talked about Rahul Gandhi's absence, He was missing when the election results came of the 3 states of Northeast, and now he is also going to Malaysia and Singapore. Don't you think here is a leader who should be looking at the crisis that is happening within his party? Here is a charge or a case which has reached right at the doorsteps of a senior Congress leader.
So, Maria, I think that the charge is a serious charge. If the finance minister and the son of the finance minister is involved of the Congress regime, I think it is embarrassing to the Congress. There is no doubt about it, and it predates. And when a so-called magazine like mine, I remember in 2010, 9-10, we were all doing stories about the sort of Karti Chidambaram. They were done in Outlook when I was there. I mean, now of course I no longer work there since 2015. So it was done when the Congress was in power. And these stories have, we should ideally get explanations. The tragedy of our country is that this whole syndrome of, this sort of crony capitalistic syndrome just continues on and on. What I think, and I think the Congress should give an answer, and I suspect the Congress is going to do some level of distancing. Ultimately, they'll have to do it from the Chidambarams. They may not appear to be doing it now, but they'll have to do it because there is a certain seriousness to the charges. However, but a CBI saying that they've tied up the case, we also know what happened in 2G, right?
Right.
Right now, the claims that they've tied up a case, does anything stand? Legal scrutiny, judicial scrutiny, we have to watch all that.
Right.
But Karti Chidambaram was flagged in the years of Congress rule also.
Right.
But at that time other people were powerful and nobody did anything about it. And the timing that suddenly now it is, one cannot but remark that such a huge scandal of Nirav Modi has hit the country, which involves all of us,
yes.
And suddenly now Karti is in the news. I'm not saying anything here, but I think both are very serious. The Nirav Modi involves much larger sums naturally, and it involves all of our citizens' faith in banking, and there are serious questions, but Karti always needed to be answered, and if we have a probe, and so just to say it's political vendetta is not enough.
It's not enough,
because
right?
enough questions have been raised about his activities in the past also.
So what I'll do now is I'm going to slip into a short break, and I'll ask all my panelists to stay with us. Slipping into a short break, this discussion will continue after a very short break. Stay with us. As the CBI claims to have established the money trail in Karti Chidambaram case, the question is, can Rahul Gandhi continue with his silence? Let me get Sujay Kantawala now. Sujay Kantawala, yes, questions will be raised about the nature of this investigation, and of course the timing is a suspect because this case has been going on since 2007. But will you say that Rahul Gandhi should explain as to what really is happening, because all the charge that is being raised and the entire question that is being asked by the Congress party with regards to Nirav Modi, Punjab National Bank scam doesn't hold anymore?
No, of course, Rahul Gandhi having ambitious dreams someday to rule this country has to come to the forefront and answer. Because the door has come right up to the step of the former finance minister, who was a very, very strong and key figure in the Congress party and who still is. And the case is being argued by no less than Mr. Kapil Sibal and Mr. Singhvi at different levels. Now, as far as the timing is concerned, let me tell you, a wrong is a wrong. A crime is a crime if established. And with the statement of Indrani Mukherjee now staring at into Karti's face, the confrontation where she has accepted that fact, this assumes a different dimension, and therefore the judge has given 3 days more custody. The judge is very circumspect. He is watching very carefully because the CBI has to justify each and every day's custody, because you are depriving a citizen of his personal liberty. So therefore the onus is on the CBI to prove as to how and on what basis they need more and more custody of his. So therefore these short dates are being given. So every time the matter comes up for hearing, the CBI has to justify that there are reasonable suspicions in their mind. They have got lot of documents.
Right. So they have got his
that
custody
if he is granted bail,
for 3
X,
more
Y,
days.
Z may happen.
Yes. So he has already been granted custody. The CBI has got his custody for 3 more days. The case now comes up on 9th. So let's see what really happens on that day. But the question will be asked about Rahul Gandhi's silence. And on 8th and 9th, on 8th and 9th, he will be in fact in Singapore and Malaysia speaking to people of Indian origin. I've come to the end of this discussion. Professor Gaurav Ballabh, Sanju Verma, Sujay Kantawala and Sabha Naqvi and Ashish here in the studio. Thanks so much for joining us. With that, it's a wrap from me. Shreya is back. And Shreya, it's an interesting story there because it's an important win and a very historic win of the BJP
and
in the state of Tripura.
Forget Karti Chidambaram and P. Chidambaram. The BJP has managed to give Lenin a bloody nose in Tripura at least. Maya